Hello, beloved. Welcome back to my channel. If you are a new subscriber, welcome. And welcome back to God-given health. So if you have arthritis, especially rheumatoid arthritis, and you are stuck in a wheelchair, or you're having a hard time getting around, or you have really bad pain in your joints, and it's affecting your quality of life, one ingredient may be the cause. Just this one ingredient. That's why I want to share with you today here on God-Given Health. Please hit like and click the subscribe button and notifications. Please hit like. Thank you. So this one ingredient is something that people love. I'm one of them. I love it, love it, love it, probably too much. And that ingredient that can be running your health, especially if you suffer from arthritis, is bread. B-R-E-A-D, bread. I'm not sure what they put in the bread. It could be the gluten, but bread and crackers, but mainly bread. The main thing is bread, wheat bread. It can lead to arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, where you can be wheelchair bound, if not housebound, and that's no fun. No one wants to go through that. So let me quickly tell my story. I want to keep this video short. Okay, so about 10, almost 20 years ago, 15 years ago maybe, I broke my leg in 2008. That's not 20 years ago. Okay, so anyway, 2007, 8, somewhere around there, I broke my leg. Okay, after I broke my leg, I remember one day, of course, I was in crutches, had a cast, and I was in a wheelchair for a little bit because I broke my knee and I had to have surgery. So it's pretty bad. And so anyway, so after that, I remember, I'm trying to remember the details, but I just remember one day not being able to walk. After my broken bones had healed, I remember not being able to walk, or barely being able to walk, where I needed a cane and a walker. And at the time, I was in my mid-30s. I wasn't even 40 years old. And I remember not being able to walk. And so I remember going to the doctor that had did the surgery on my knee, and he did a good job. He did a good job on my knee. And so I remember going to him, and I was telling him, I said, I don't know what's going on, but I can barely walk, especially in the knee that had broke. And he just looked at me and he said, oh, just take some aspirin. Just take some aspirin. I was like, what? I mean, this guy, God bless his soul, he had zero compassion. He was all, just take some aspirin. He didn't even look up at me. And I was like, this was at his office. I was like, can you at least write me a prescription for something? And he wrote me a prescription for, I think it was ibuprofen or some kind of aspirin, Advil or something. So needless to say, I was very upset. I was very heartbroken. I remember driving home because I drove myself there. And I remember driving home. I was crying so much. My eyes were flooded with tears. I could barely see the road. I was so heartbroken because I really could not barely walk. And I had no idea what was going on, what had happened. And so for at least a month, I was on these crutches and the walker. I was on a walker and a cane. The cane wasn't enough help. I had to be on a walker for a whole month. And so, and I'll tell you why I only lasted a month. And so anyway, I started doing research because I'm the type of person, I don't settle for less. And so I just started doing research on the internet, and I came across this lady, I think it was on YouTube. And she mentioned something about bread and how it can affect you. I can't remember everything she said, but that lady saved my life, quote unquote, saved my life. I mean, just thinking about it makes me want to cry. I tried to go back and find her channel because I wanted to make a huge donation or something for her, just for her telling me about bread. And so once I took her advice and I quit eating bread for about a month. And I was able to walk again. I know this sounds crazy, but it's so true. I was able to walk again. So I don't know what's in the bread. I don't know if it's the yeast or whatever, but it's mainly bread. So even today, I can't just eat bread every day, like have a sandwich or something every day. I can't do that. And some bread is worse than others, especially bread from fast food establishments. I don't know what they put in their bread, but their bread makes it worse. But in general, still, I cannot eat a lot of bread, especially every day. The Ezekiel bread isn't as bad. So if you're like me and you love bread, maybe try the Ezekiel bread, but overall cut back and cut it out your life completely if you're able to. And so this is not going to work for everybody. It's not going to work for everyone, but it could work for you. If you're stuck in a wheelchair or on a walker and you don't really know why, it could be the bread that you're eating. Just bread you buy at the store. That's what it is. Even the rye and different other types of bread, just really bread in general. And so when I realized it was bread, I was so happy. I felt like I had my life back and I can walk without the walker. And that's very debilitating for someone in their 30s. And I read somewhere, some study or research that a lot of women 65 and under, that they develop rheumatoid arthritis or arthritis even in their 30s or 40s or 50s. And that's too young to be disabled, especially with something when it's just related to a food item, that if we avoid eating, then we can get our mobility again. So that's it. Quit eating bread. Just quit eating bread and see what happens if you have this problem. If you have a lot of joint pain, just quit eating bread. It's probably most likely causing inflammation in your joints. And it can be so severe that you won't be able to walk, or you'll hardly be able to walk. And so last holiday season, not last holiday season, but the one before, I forgot about the bread and I got excited about the holidays, and I ate too much cake and donuts and croissants and those type of things. And I had broke my foot in 2020. And so it's something about breaking a bone that soon thereafter you can develop arthritis. And one of my therapists, when I went to rehab, when I broke my knee, she had told me that once you break a bone, that it opens you up to arthritis. And she was so right. And so I've been having that problem ever since I broke my knee. So anyway, there's a connection there, just in case you're not aware. And so anyway, yeah, so I broke my foot, and then I was eating too much cake because I was kind of sad and depressed about breaking my foot and being in a wheelchair. And I remember eating too much cake, and I think in January after the holiday season, I remember not being able to walk for about 2 weeks. But thank God I was able to make the connection again. And so of course I quit eating the bread, the flour, the wheat, the flour, and not only wheat, but just bready stuff. It could, like I said, it could be other types of flour. So you have to test and experiment. So anyway, I quit eating the bread, the cakes, the donuts, and all of that. And the inflammation went away. In about 2 to 3 weeks, I was able to walk again. And so if you have rheumatoid arthritis or some type of arthritis, just do a test and experiment and fast bread. Get off the bread. And bread in general is just not good. It leads to just being overweight and other health problems. So anyway, if you have any questions or comments, please put them below. If you have any research that you come across, please share with other people here on this channel. Okay, so that's what I wanted to share with you today. If you just avoid that one ingredient, it can save your life, quote unquote. And so that's my story. That's what happened to me. And so thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe and stay in touch. Chat with you later. God bless you. Bye bye.